He pulled away, and you started doing the work for both of you. That is where the panic began. Not because you had no pride, not because you wanted to beg, but because his distance made you feel the closeness slipping away, and you had to grab it before it was gone. Look at the moment honestly. He used to answer with warmth. Then his replies became short. Yeah, maybe. I'll see. He stopped asking about your day. He left space where he used to show interest. Instead of facing it, you started trying to fix the mood alone. You checked if he was online. You reread the last message you sent. You wondered if you sounded too much, too cold, too honest, too needy. You typed something simple, then deleted it. Then you typed something lighter. He gave less, and somehow you became the one trying harder. That is the part you have to see. When you chase after he pulls away, you are often chasing relief. Many times, you are chasing the relief you feel when he finally replies. Those few minutes when you finally stop feeling unwanted. But relief is not the same as being chosen. He could send one soft line after 2 days of silence, and your body would calm down. You would forget how badly the silence hurt. You would tell yourself, see, he still cares. But caring that only appears after you panic is not something you can build your peace around. You may not have noticed how quickly you started living around his absence. You did not ask, is this enough for me? You asked, how do I get him close again? That question kept you busy. It kept you blaming yourself. It kept you treating his distance like a problem you were supposed to solve. And that is how the chasing starts. Not with running after a man, with trying to calm the fear he created. The excuse you kept giving him was that he was just scared. You told yourself he pulled away because getting close scared him. And maybe some part of that was true. Maybe he did not know how to handle a woman who was actually present. Maybe he got quiet when things felt too serious. But fear does not give him the right to leave you guessing. When he took hours to answer, you told yourself he was busy. When he sounded cold, you told yourself he was tired. When he disappeared after a good moment, you told yourself he must be overwhelmed. You kept giving his behavior a softer name than it deserved. There was a night when you wanted to ask, "Are we okay?" But you did not send it. You stared at the words and felt embarrassed for needing such a basic answer. So you changed it to something casual, something easy. And when he finally replied like nothing happened, you accepted the tone he gave you. Because by then, you were not trying to be understood. You were trying not to scare him farther away. That is how the excuse worked. It made his distance sound delicate. It made your needs sound dangerous. It made you treat a normal question like a threat to the whole connection. You started believing that if you were softer, quieter, cooler, lighter, he might come back to the way he was before. So you stopped asking what his behavior was doing to you. You only asked how to avoid losing him. But a man who wants something real with you should not require you to erase every honest reaction. He may have had fear or confusion, but none of that changes what you were living with. You were making room for his struggle, while he was not making room for your heart. And the longer you kept calling that patience, the harder it became to admit you were the one carrying the weight. The real cost was not just that you missed him. The real cost was that his silence started deciding what kind of woman you were allowed to be that day. If he answered warm, you could breathe. You could eat without checking your phone between bites. You could laugh at work and mean it. For a few hours, the fear backed off. But if he went quiet, everything in you changed. You read the same sentence 3 times and still did not understand it. You stood in the shower rehearsing what you might say. You walked past your phone, then turned back like it had called your name. You told people you were tired because the truth felt embarrassing. And the truth was simple. His silence had taught you to live from one update to the next. That is not romance. That is you trying to function while someone keeps removing the floor under your feet. You began making decisions around his mood. You did not send the message you wanted to send. You did not make other plans too quickly, in case he finally asked to see you. You held space in your evening for a man who had not even confirmed it. And when he finally gave you a little attention, you felt grateful instead of angry. That is how much it had cost you. You were no longer measuring him by what you needed. You were measuring him by how much less pain he gave you than the day before. He did not have to show up fully anymore. He only had to return enough to calm the panic. That is a dangerous place for your heart to live. It makes low effort feel like rescue. It makes a dry reply feel like progress. It makes you ignore the woman you became while waiting for him to act sure. This is the part that hurts to admit. You were not just chasing him. You were chasing the calm you had before his distance started running your days. You do not have to hate yourself for chasing him. That is too easy, and it is not the truth. You were trying to protect something that had started to feel unsafe. When he pulled away, you did not calmly review the facts. You reacted. You wanted the old closeness back. That does not make you foolish. It makes you human. There was probably a moment when you looked back at an earlier conversation. Maybe he had called you, stayed up with you, said something that sounded serious. Maybe he looked at you in a way that made you believe there was something real there. And maybe there was. His feelings may have been real. Some of those moments may have been real too. But real moments are not enough when the person keeps leaving you alone with the fear. A man can feel something and still not know how to show up. He can enjoy your closeness and still avoid the responsibility that comes with it. He can miss you and still make you feel unwanted by the way he handles distance. So do not turn your pain into a trial where you are the only one accused. You did not create his silence. You did not make him dry. You did not force him to pull back. You responded to what he kept putting in front of you. But now you can be honest about the response. Chasing him did not bring peace. It gave you short breaks from fear. It made you work harder for less. It made you accept closeness that depended on staying quiet about what hurt. That is not something to shame yourself for. It is something to notice. Once you stop calling your panic love, you can begin to treat it differently. You can feel the urge to reach for him and still ask what that urge is trying to quiet inside you. The urge will probably come back. It may come tonight when the room is quiet and your mind keeps replaying his last dry answer. It may come when you see he is online. It may come when you remember how warm he could sound when he wanted to pull you close again. That urge will tell you to do something. Send a light message. Make a joke. Ask a simple question. Pretend you are not hurt. Give him another easy way back without ever having to face what his distance did to you. You do not have to fight the whole feeling at once. Just give yourself 10 minutes before you respond to it. 10 minutes where you do not explain, chase, check, or perform calmness for him. 10 minutes where you let the fear be loud without letting it drive. You can sit on the edge of the bed. You can write the message somewhere else and not send it. Not forever. Just 10 minutes. Because the first pull is usually panic. It is not always wisdom. It is the part of you that remembers the relief when he finally came back and wants that relief again. In those 10 minutes, ask yourself one plain question. What am I trying to stop feeling right now? If the answer is fear, loneliness, embarrassment, or the ache of being unsure, then the message is not really about connection. It is about trying to get him to quiet something he helped create. That matters. He may still reply. He may still say something soft. He may still know how to make the room feel less cold for a moment. But you are allowed to notice that the same person who calms the panic is often the person who keeps starting it. You are not trying to become cold. You are trying to stop handing your next move to fear. 10 minutes will not fix everything, but they can give you enough space to choose from clarity instead of panic. And every time you do that, his distance has a little less power over what you do next.